This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Record Royale.
Woo!
Oh man, how we doing?
Very good.
Yeah, good.
Swell?
Swell.
Adam, you've had a swell morning.
I have had a swell morning.
Adam's looking business this morning.
I'm
Yeah.
Corporate Lindsay now.
Corporate Lindsay.
That's my name.
As per Monday at 9 a.m.
Working for the man.
Hey, everyone does it. You gotta work for the man.
Yep.
Unless you're...
Happy to.
Yeah, you gotta work for the man. What have you been doing this week? What have you been doing?
Just working for another man, basically. That's just working and listening to these albums. That's pretty much it. From me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bradley?
Me too. Yeah, bit of work. I went for another boog. It
True.
was sick.
How was the boog?
The boog was great.
Did you see the swell yesterday?
It was fucking huge, eh?
Yeah. Crazy. It was like coming on... Not that I went down to like Newcastle Beach, but it's crazy. The videos I saw.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Like Newey Barbs was like completely just like
Yeah.
almost up to the
it was
road
like
and
hitting
stuff.
the... It was hitting... Going onto the road almost.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. Those houses there would be scared.
Mental.
Nah, well, yeah.
Mental. Hey, two albums we're talking about this week. How'd you go? With, oh wait, we should probably name them first. Charli XCX's brand new album, How I'm Feeling Now. And Dua Lipa's pretty new album as well, Future Nostalgia.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Really?
I
think... Oh,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
you go.
I didn't
There
know. Thank you, sir. I didn't know what I was going into, really. I was going in blind. And both had more redeeming features than I assumed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I had listened to Dua Lipa's album when it came out, so I didn't
what
know
you're
all
in
of it. I
for?
couldn't remember all the songs, but I remembered most. And then Charli XCX's only listened to it, obviously, this week, because it only came out a week ago. But it was pretty sick. And I kind of had a feeling it was going to be pretty cool and different, and it was really cool. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, I had a good time with both of these. I did like after seeing the album name, it makes a lot of sense. Dua Lipa's like Future Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because she does take inspiration from a lot of 90s stuff and polishes it up. But yeah, with Charli XCX's, I listened to the album before. What's it called?
Charli.
It's called Charli. I have listened to that before, and I think she like doubles down on what she was going for there. I think it's cool that this is like a lockdown album.
Yeah, I think that's so sick. That was the coolest
Yeah.
thing about it.
She did it pretty
She didn't have to do
tastefully
that
as well. I've been expecting the worst because I've just thought as soon as this happened, I was like, oh my god, every musician in Australia and the world is going to write a concept album about this, and majority are going to suck. But this was really good. I thought.
It was
not even
sick.
concept. This is just like
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's not a concept album. It's just a album about. It was. We'll get it. I'll get into it more. But yeah, completely crafted in the last like 8 or 6. It was 6 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Mad.
And then Dua Lipa's. It's obviously a huge major label pop release. But I think with a lot of pop albums like Dua Lipa's, you expect to have like the 2 or 3 really big singles, which this one does. But I mean, Charli XCX, I'm just gonna call it Charli. Charli's album also has like the big singles, but both albums have so many good like deep cuts. They're just packed with really good like pop songs all throughout. I thought
Yeah, me too.
it was really good. And you know when you listen to an album and after like one listen, you can remember most of the songs.
Yeah.
I got that with both of these albums.
Yeah. I think I got that more with Charli's just because they're crazy. Like there's just very experimental
for sure.
a lot. So a lot of it like jumps out to you. But yeah, there was definitely tracks Dua Lipa's that like I remembered straight away for sure.
Spotify calls Charli XCX's music hyper pop.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like experimental pop, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's just like
I liked it though. Hyper pop.
yeah.
It's cool.
I've seen she's been likened some of the tracks on this to like death grips in parts.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw,
Is that what she said?
On
that,
Fantano's, he did a review and he mentioned it.
He loved it. He loved this album.
Yeah, well, he was talking about how like people kept telling him it sounds like Death Grips, which is like his favorite band, and he didn't believe them until he listened to it. And then he's like, actually, yeah, there definitely is a lot of similarities, which is crazy.
Have you ever listened to Death Grips?
Yeah,
No, I haven't.
only the Money Store, but
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Only the Money Store for me.
yeah,
Crazy
it's,
stuff.
they make a lot
it's
more
cool.
sense now than they did back then. To me,
Yeah.
I think when it first came out and I listened to it, I was like, I don't really get this, but it's cool. But now that a lot of things have obviously taken a lot of like influence from them, it's a lot more like palatable, I think, which is cool.
Absolutely. A lot more, more listenable as well.
Yeah.
True.
Uh-huh.
Before we get into the full-on facts, I got one little fun little tidbit.
Mhm.
Both albums go for 37 minutes, and they both have 11 songs.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's the not
I don't
exactly
notice that.
37, but in 37 and however many seconds.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's
It's just the first thing because every time we've been doing this, I look at the album to see how long it goes for.
yeah.
Because if we're going to be listening to this album all week and I have to listen to these songs, I want to be able to know the 10 or 11 songs. But if it's 40 songs, I can't see us ever doing Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy because it goes for 8 hours.
Yeah. A Dream Theater album, maybe? Boys? What do you reckon?
Yeah, sure.
No.
No worries.
No.
Maybe. All right. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, though, I did the polls again. I posted them really late, though. I cooked it this week. Sorry about that. But the people have said 68% going to Charli, 32% Dua Lipa.
Ooh. Let's see if
Yeah,
they're right.
Let's see. Let's get into it, I suppose. We'll do our Charli XCX's album first. And I'm not going to say XCX anymore because I have a lisp and I keep stuffing it up. So, the fourth album from British singer-songwriter Charli XCX. That's the last time. Released on the 15th of May 2020. The most recent album we've covered, by Asylum Records, who are owned by Warner Music. But they've done stuff with Ed Sheeran, Rudimental, the Eagles.
Nice.
Pretty random. So as we touched on before, she wrote, recorded, mixed, and released the whole album since the start of lockdown in California. So it was released last week, but the whole thing took about 6 weeks to write, record. I think she only had one song in the works before they went into lockdown over there, which is mental. She posted on her, the whole thing was, she was telling her fans about everything, doing Zoom meetings, Instagram, live videos. And she was working on the album till the day or two before it came out, still doing work on it. Just crazy. The whole time she was engaging with them with, the writing process. I don't know if you saw any of that. But she was asking people, what to name the songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
Really?
did see that, yeah.
I did see those Zoom calls with hundreds of people in it. It's just a bunch of little squares. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Good on her.
she
That's sick.
posted that for the release date, she posted a screenshot of a message with her and her agent saying, "No, I want it out next week," and then she just posted that screenshot up, and that's how everyone knew the release date. I'm pretty sure.
What a boss.
That's sick.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, she made an email address for anyone wanting to send beats into, or showing them lyrics or screenshots with text with collaborators and stuff, kind of what you said, Brad. And and then she would put the stems to songs up for people to remix. The song Claws, have you seen the music video for that?
No, I haven't.
No.
So it's just, they filmed it in her house, just she's in front of a green screen, and they sent out the green screen to everyone, and then people just made their own videos behind it, and she posted that apparently heaps and heaps of them were just porn behind it. So it's her and then the green screen, so it's just they put porn videos behind.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty funny.
That's heaps funny.
It was recorded from her house, obvious reasons. Produced by herself, as well as executive producers A.G. Cook and B.J. Burton. Cook is British. He's Charli's creative director. Most of the work he's done has been with her. And then Burton is from the States, and He's Wet with Boniver, Banks, Lizzo, Chance the Rapper.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Nice
So
little list.
pretty like
Yeah.
tight little group there as well to pump out this whole album, which
Mm.
is pretty sick. So far it's had 4 singles: Forever, Claws, I Finally Understand, and Enemy. And I'm sure there will probably be more. Unfortunately, we can't tell the charts position because it hasn't updated of recording. So we're recording on a Saturday, releasing this on the Monday. But yeah, we can't say where it's charted. I'd say it would have done pretty well.
It was kind of low key, but like in
Like-
terms of press and stuff. But
Yeah. Well, none of the singles charted or anything, but like it's got a lot of hype around it, like the album anyway.
Mm.
And she's a massive
Yeah.
name. Like you'd think it would be.
She's got a very
Pretty
loyal
high up
fan
there.
base as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you can tell by everything leading into the album.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's all I got for Charli XCX. Brad, did you have something else?
Oh, I was just. Oh, did you see that? There's one of her contemporaries called 100 Gex. They put on like a festival in Minecraft. Do you guys see that?
No.
And she played it.
Oh, really?
I was unfortunately not online or like playing Minecraft, but yeah, I did see that,
That's
which
crazy.
is really cool. This was like a
When
couple
was
of weeks
that?
before the album came out. It was like probably
true.
a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, and there was a few other people on there that I can't really remember, but yeah, that was, I don't know, that's a little tidbit
Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty
for
cool.
all the Minecraft fans out there.
That's sick. So many gamers doing big concerts. Big Travis Scott
Yeah.
one in Fortnite.
So
That was
cool.
wild.
Marshmallow one a couple years ago. It's like the smartest thing a musician could do. That if he would have got paid so much, and the amount of fans he gets from it. Because I
Yeah.
teach guitar, and because we were doing it online, I'm like, all right, this week I want you to listen to one song and tell me what it is next week. I reckon. Well, there's a lot of kids, so maybe like 20% said a Travis Scott song because they saw him play on Fortnite. I was like, do you even know who he is? And he's like, no, I just really like that song. I was like, what's it called? And he didn't even mention the song. He mentioned what the performance was called. I can't remember what it was. Or like Hasten said
funny.
Goosebumps. I'm like, that's dope.
That's good chat.
So, yeah,
That
it
is sick.
goes such a long way. And after Marshmallow did it was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Marshmallow was everyone's favorite artist after that.
Marshmallow.
awesome.
Who is Marshmallow? Is it one you use?
Next album. All right, Dua Lipa's second studio album. She is British also. Released on the 27th of March this year, 2020, by, previously mentioned, Warner Music. Founded in 1958. It's huge. I'm sure we've mentioned it before. R.E.M., Prince, Linkin Park, Chili Peppers, plus hundreds more. So apparently she began working on the album in... Oh, this is weird. I just mentioned this dude. In early 2018 with Mark Ronson and another producer named Max Martin who worked on... He produced Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Nice.
He also produced I Want It That Way.
Ooh.
So like the two
Classic.
biggest songs at the turn of the millennium? 2000?
Yep.
I think so. Cool. But then when she was in Vegas, she was driving in Vegas and she came up with the album title Future Nostalgia, and then from there she like worked backwards and then created the sound that she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So then they pretty much scrapped everything they had done and started working on like the disco pop kind of sound.
Yeah.
And
sick.
Levitating was the first song that they wrote,
True.
which is like fully that
big,
sound.
big disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I was looking at how many people, like, because I was trying to find who was the producers and whatnot, and I stumbled across the entire list of the people that worked on the album. It blows my mind how many people work on a major label pop album. I wrote down
yeah.
the numbers. So, 15 backing vocalists plus a small choir. Didn't write how many people. 15 musicians, 35 engineers and programmers, 29 songwriters,
Oh my
one of them
Lord.
including Dua Lipa, and 18 producers.
Jesus.
Like,
Do you
mental.
reckon that includes the dude that like just winds up like the jack leads at the end of the day in the studio? Or
He could be like the intern
Gets a
engineer
credit.
or something.
yeah, do you reckon that counts? Maybe.
I don't know. Or, I doubt it. Maybe. Nah, probably not.
It is. Yeah.
Probably not. The guy that turns out the lights at the end of the day. Yeah.
Every single song has a different or like a different bunch, different group of writers and producers and engineers. The musicians and backing vocalists were pretty similar, but it's just mental. It's so crazy how much like how many people they can employ. Yeah, how much money they bring in. It's crazy. Yeah. I did write down a couple of producers. I didn't write all of them, but one was named Cos. That's his music name. I didn't write his real name, but Cos. He's worked with Kendrick Lamar, Madonna, Nicki Minaj. Another guy called Stuart Price worked with Robbie Williams, The Killers. Another guy called Ian Kirkpatrick worked with Selena Gomez and the trumpet king Jason Derulo.
Nice.
Little throwback to episodes of the past. It's so far it's had 3 singles. They're all pretty huge as well. Don't Start Now, which peaked at number 2 here, the UK and the US. So it didn't crack number 1, which I thought it would have. It might have by then.
Do you know what track that was?
Numbers. Huh?
What track do you know?
Don't Start Now.
No, that was on the one that didn't like stopped it from getting it from number 1.
Oh, true. I didn't write. Well, I did write after this that 5 Seconds of Summer album beat it to number 1 that week of release, their album. So maybe one of their songs.
True.
But that's different. Album, it could be anything. Then Physical. Have you seen the music video for Physical?
No.
It's like the smartest marketing thing ever.
Really?
It's a shame that obviously the gyms have been closed now, but because the song is like, physical, let's get physical kind of thing. And it's just like set in a gym and she's just like dancing in a gym. It's like that would get played 80 times a day in every gym in the world.
Do you know the song Let's Get Physical though? Like the Olivia Newton-John. It's exactly like that's her video as well.
Yeah, well,
so
they didn't have to give songwriting credits, but they did say like obviously it's taken from that. Yeah. So just weird.
Yeah.
And then the last single, Break My Heart. Do you know when you heard Break My Heart, did you hear any similarities with another song? You're gonna go listen to this song and be like, true. So it contains, well, it's not contained samples, but Need You Tonight by NXS. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the vocal melody. Yeah.
No, the guitar at the start.
But it's also the vocal melody.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And then Break My Heart, it goes like that, but then it goes down and then goes back up. But they did give NXS songwriting credits.
True.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out what that was the whole time.
Yeah.
I could have knew that it was off something, but I just couldn't get it. So that's very satisfying to know.
It's cool.
Thank you.
It's another thing where apparently they wrote the song and then she went home and was like, man, that sounds like something. And then they realized it and then they hit him up and were like, is this cool? And they were like,
true.
yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Such a nice song as well. Both of the songs, NXS and Dua Lipa's. As I said before, the album debuted at number 2 in the UK behind our boys, the Western Sydney lads, 5 Seconds of Summer, most recent album. But it peaked at number 1 the week after. It debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard charts and number 1 in Australia, plus 8 other countries. I swear Australia just gets every album to number 1, so like every album.
Yeah, we're big fans. We're fanboys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Every album that we've done on the pod. As of last week, though, in the ARIA charts, it was still at number 2. So that's like 3 months after release.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked on those big Spotify playlists, and there was 3 tracks right at the top, still the trending ones, whatever.
Oh, Don't Start Now is still in the top 10 in US Billboard charts as well.
Good on.
Last little thing I have about Dua Lipa, because it also ties in with the pod. She said that when she was writing Don't Start Now, she was inspired by 3 bands: the Bee Gees, Daft Punk. Ooh, that's an allusion to somewhere in the future. And last week's Two Door Cinema Club.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
I was going to say, on that track, I actually got written in my notes, the first thing is Daft Punk bass.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, that's a pretty good segue into
The Element.
Did you know that the bass in Don't Start Now is actually not a live bass? It's created with a MIDI.
Yeah.
Sounds like boo bass.
Yeah. I reckon I didn't know that though. I just thought it was just some dope ass bass line.
No, you can kind of hear it.
sick.
I thought it was a normal bass on the first couple listens, but when I listened at home, like just sitting down, you can definitely hear that it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound like it's like strum.
Yeah. There's no
It's
slang.
really like
Yeah,
punctured in. Yeah, no,
but it's sick though.
great
That was
track.
one of my favorite parts of that whole album. It's just the
Same.
bass.
Yeah, same.
The bass makes it for me.
There's bass everywhere on the whole. It's so good.
Yeah, and the strings, those big strings that are on like, on Love Again, the big James Bond sounding song that just goes into like disco.
That has that My Woman sample.
Yeah, sounds like you know Sophie Ellis Baxter, the Murder on the Dance Floor. I got a lot of
What a
that
track.
all through the album. Just like
Is she from the UK as well?
yeah,
I think she is. Hey?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely a lot of that. Yeah, mid 2000s disco, like Kylie Minogue. I saw
Yeah.
that she said
Which
that's
is
a big
sick.
influence on her. I've just like after listening to this, I listen to a lot of Kylie. Her tracks rock. She's Australian, isn't she? I'm
Yeah.
correct
She
with
sure
this?
is.
They kind of adopted her. Hey, the UK.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
of Neighbours. Because Neighbours is so
Really?
big over there, and she
Isn't
was
it Home and Away?
she was on and Home Away as well. But she was on
Okay.
Neighbours, I'm pretty sure. And they were obsessed with her from that. There you go.
There you go.
Fact check that. Yeah, sick.
Yeah.
I always get mixed up. I always get Madonna and Kylie Minogue mixed up.
Really?
Does anyone else do that, or is that just me?
No, well, it's just like different eras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's 80s, one's 90s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Madonna's not Australian
Madonna's-
though.
80s, 90s. No.
Nah, she's
Yeah.
American as anything.
Yeah.
She was in a movie that I watched the other day, and I can't remember what movie it was. It was like a really
Madonna?
well-known movie. I was like, "Is that Madonna?"
Might have been like.
It was
early
James.
Madonna?
It was James Bond. It was Die Another Day, James Bond,
Ah, true.
because she
that
sung the
Pierce
sung
Brosnan?
the theme for it. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan's last
Okay.
James Bond.
Right.
So almost got the invisible car,
Yeah.
and he's just on the ice. It's just
Yeah.
so ridiculous, that movie.
It is, yeah.
Like,
I've
All
never
the
seen a
Pierce
James
Brosnan
Bond
ones
movie.
I like.
what?
all-
Wait, what? You never seen a
Yeah.
James Bond movie?
No, not from start to finish. I've seen Casino Royale like a little
Huh?
bit. That's like it there.
Huh?
Yeah, sorry.
What?
Maybe I should. Can I get a recommendation? Which is the
Well,
best one?
okay, my favorite's GoldenEye, the first Pierce Brosnan one, but I watched it the other day, and it is not aged well. Like,
Nah.
but then when you watch Die Another Day, it's pretty good. You should watch Casino Royale or Skyfall. They're like just two of the really
Okay.
good.
I have seen the
Daniel
start of
Craig ones.
Skyfall as well,
Some of the
but that was like 144p online. So
the,
yeah,
the early ones are pretty weird, but they're interesting because they're like it's just like a snapshot of how things were back then.
Mm.
And
I watched a little bit of Goldfinger the other day, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, look at this.
it's
It would have
pretty
been like
weird.
the craziest tech back in the 60s or whatever, 70s, whenever it came out.
Yeah, it's also just like very sexist a lot of the time, and people just loved it back then. He just like grabs women, and he's just like, "You're my girlfriend," and then they just start.
They kind
And
of
it,
did that in like
celebrates
the
it.
90s ones as well, though. Like,
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. But like, if you go back to the early ones, you're like, oh, jeez, I can't believe this was out in cinemas and the biggest movie ever at the time. But
yeah, it's pretty mental.
yeah. Anyway,
Should we get
Little
back into
tangent.
the albums?
there we go. Yes.
Should we
Mm,
Yes,
get
let's
back?
get back.
I'm gonna mention Five Sauce again, actually, because their new album has a lot of beats and like synth melodies that I was like, this sounds really like. It reminded me of Dua Lipa's album reminded me of Five Sauce, and then I checked, and the main producer on the Five Sauce album worked on the Dua Lipa album as well.
True. That makes
I
sense.
was like, that makes sense. Yeah, like the beats
Uncanny.
on that are really similar, just like hard kick, synth.
mm.
There's like
There you go.
heaps of like, I don't know. I wrote down like party beats in Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
Dua
there
Lipa's
is.
album.
Yeah, it's like Jamiroquai, a couple of tracks. as
Yeah.
well, which like me and Adam, if you know us,
Oh yeah, big
we're like a Jamiroquai around here.
yeah.
And yeah, that was definitely especially on Don't Start Now. Those like little guitar licks in the verses.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Remind me of the
Yeah.
Daft Punk Get Lucky.
Yeah, a
Mm,
little bit. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Levitating, I love. Like
Oh, I
that,
love
yeah.
that song. That's the
those-
song I had stuck on my head all week.
the weird sliding chords at the beginning. Like
It
Yeah, those
sound-
like voicey,
and
the voicey scene.
yeah, it goes all the way through. That was like pretty unexpected but nice.
the vocal melody sounds like "Ride with Me" by Nelly.
Yeah.
If you wanna fly away to another galaxy, it's like
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that or whatever the words are, and then if you're gonna take a ride with me,
Yeah.
hey,
There's big like early 2000s party vibes going on.
Yeah, it's sick.
That
I
track
love
made
it.
me
It's
want to
so
think
good.
about this is what made me think about Disclosure. Her and Disclosure would be like a match made in heaven. And they
I can
just
see that.
released their features for their new album coming out. I think it's coming out in August, and she wasn't on there. So
I'll have to get in. I'll have to start listening to
bit
Disclosure then,
but-
maybe next week or something.
Yeah, maybe.
For sure. Wait, how crunching is the sound on Charli XCX's album? It's just a crunch.
Oh,
But I love
it's
it.
so good.
I wrote.
like-
Okay, I don't know if you thought this, but the whole album's an oxymoron because it's got this crunching, like harsh production, and then the lyrics and vocals are so sweet, and they're about caring and loving her partner, and like, it's an oxymoron. That's
Except
what it
for
is.
Pink Diamond.
Yeah,
Pink Diamond is just about wanting to
I
party.
couldn't get around that song. Yeah, I
What?
knew you both would
That
love
was-
it. I knew you'd both
that-
love it.
I would love that track.
I'm like kind of with you, Sani.
Oh, really? Oh, there you go. Yeah,
There's like, you got to draw a line like with a drop, and like that's like too far. I reckon the last little bit.
when
I
I put
liked
it
it.
on, because it's the first song on the album, I was like, oh no, what have I got myself into? And then
Yeah.
from the next song, Forever, it just like it bangs. But Pink
Yeah.
Diamond, couldn't really get around it.
No, I was.
We've got to talk about the chongs in there as well.
Yeah, it's a
There's
fruity fast
actually-
dist.
Yeah.
It's a fruity fast
there is some
dist on the
chongs.
kick. Like it's just so
Those
crusty.
chongs who made in Year 10, who would have thought they'd be so like avant-garde and like make it into pop music? It's crazy.
I like it. I like it that it's like just. It is almost like making fun of itself a little bit, kind of like Lil Gucci Mane. I mean, sorry, Lil Ugly Mane. Sorry,
Little Gucci Mane.
Lil Gucci Mane. Just like I feel like she's very aware of how crunchy it was, and it was just not what you would expect. It's a first track. It's just like all over the place. But I respect that. I think that's cool for a major pop artist to take a risk like that. Pretty awesome.
Hey, for anyone who's listening, please go check out mine and Brad's, and there's a bunch of our mates' SoundClouds. You can find Brad's.
Yeah.
And please listen to his early songs because it sounds like Pink Diamond. Just the big kick. Chong, 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 chong.
I think they should look up yours because yours, like 20 years time, yours is gonna be pop music.
I'll be headlining
For
Tomorrowland.
sure.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I already did that.
Already did. We got. We're gonna have to
YouTube
show 'em
video.
that bit as well.
Everyone, go look up chips_ahoy81 on YouTube. Get me that YouTube money, baby.
Yeah.
So
Some
shit.
quality content on that page. I mentioned 100 Gex before. You guys should definitely listen to their album 1000 Gex because like by the time first time listening to this album, by the time I got through to like the end, I almost thought she was kind of not like just being inspired, almost like biting from him,
Right.
like almost copy and paste. You should definitely listen to it because
Like the beats and stuff.
yeah, definitely the beats and just like the overall just like distortion and craziness of like especially some of the later tracks in this album because it kind of made me not like this album as much.
Really?
Oh, really?
This is not
Jinx.
expected.
Yeah, it kind of took away from it. You got it's hard to it's hard to say what I'm
No,
saying.
I know what
but,
you mean.
You
When
should
you
just
can
listen.
tell-
You should listen to
yeah.
that album.
Wait, has she said that
Because-
she was influenced by them?
Yeah, she has a remix of one of their tracks called Ringtone.
All right, you said she
she
played
like-
with them on Minecraft.
Yeah, and I think they kind of because they're not even pop songs. They're just like actually delusion, like insanity. Their tracks, and I think like
Noise.
she's like gone halfway with it. She's like she may like I feel like she might have well gone the whole way, or like not gone there at all.
No, I liked it. I
That's
liked
just me
it for
though.
that reason.
That's just me.
I liked that it was experimental, but also you could see it like it's not just like an experimental album for the sake of being experimental. She'll probably have there's singles on it, but it's also
But even the singles
pretty
are
all over
like
the place.
still down that alley. Claws, it sounds like construction noises. Like she's just gone outside, recorded the tradies, and been like, boom, there's my melody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I'm
I
trying
like
to say is 100 Gex. 100 Gex did it better. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
did you know the second last song on Dua Lipa's album, Good in Bed?
Yeah.
That song sucked.
Yeah, it's not that. It's a low point. I think it's a low point,
Yeah.
but it's a Lily Allen song, like lyrically and
Oh.
musically.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wrote down.
Did
The
you?
chorus-
Yeah. How much
The
is it?
chorus is just a Lily Allen, like, which I liked, actually. I like because I was a big fan of Lily Allen when she came out. And I like that sound, but I was also like, there's nothing,
There's nothing to it.
boring. I
Yeah.
found that actually, I don't know if we're ready to segue at all, but the lyrics for Dua Lipa's album were trash, I thought.
I wouldn't
Just
say
like
like trash. I think
Trash across the board. It's just
I think
cliche
there's some
after
good
cliche.
lines.
It was
It's
just,
just
Yeah.
a bit generic.
it was
Yeah.
all generic. It was all just like every single line looked like it was just there's some big document that these big pop song executives have, and they go, all right, use this one consecutively.
on big Google Drive.
There's your hook. That's it. Like none of it stood out to me. But I like the vocals, even though the lyrics were not good in my opinion. I thought the
Yeah,
vocals
she's got a
were
banging voice.
That's true.
she's got a great voice. So that and the music makes up for it.
Yeah.
Almost.
I
But
feel like, yeah, a lot of the great like pop dance tracks are like that though. When you look
Yeah.
back at like Kylie Minogue and Jamiroquai and stuff.
That's true.
So like, I'm not too mad at it.
I'm not
Yeah.
mad at
But
it.
then but that's only with the dance tracks as well. Once you get out of that like 120 to 125 BPM,
Yeah, there's
That's where,
there's
like,
no
shit's
Pretty
gotta-
Please.
that's where you got to back it up.
The
with
song
Yeah.
Pretty
like,
Please, which I
lyrics.
really like, but then the chorus, the lyrics are so bad. It's like something sweet relief. I'm like, next.
Whereas
the song's sick.
I thought that was a big difference between that and the Charlie's album. Even though Charlie's album, it's not profound, but
Okay, yeah.
Charlie's album to me, it sounds honest. Like I
Well,
believe.
it is very honest. I wrote down some lyrics. Now, if this wasn't written in the past 6 weeks, if this was written a year ago, I think this would be pretty bad lyrics. But because it's like so relevant to when she wrote it and everyone knows, and when she's released it, it's pretty like it makes it so much better. I'm
Yeah.
so bored. It's from Anthem. I'm so bored. Wake up late, eat some cereal, try my best to be physical, lose myself in a TV show, staring out into oblivion. All my friends are invisible. 24/7, miss them all.
Yeah.
And it
I
just
really
like pretty
like
much
that.
sums up like the whole
Yeah.
lockdown period.
That's a great track as well. I really like that song. Sounds
I
like
didn't
it's
like
off.
that one.
I
I
thought
didn't
it-
like that one.
Sounds like
I
it's off
liked
Project
it. I
X.
reckon it was crazy.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like something one of my mates could have made on FL. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Which I thought was
It
funny.
sounds like your synth Adam, your microcog.
yeah, it does.
Sounds like you could make
back
it
it.
something like that. I love a big gating synth like that.
yeah. I just
Sick.
thought like
Yeah, and the drums are crazy in that as well.
yeah. I feel like if she was trying to do all of that in like a very serious way, then maybe I wouldn't like respect it as much. But I
Yeah.
like the fact that it's over the top. It's almost like Kieran J. Callanan-esque, where it's like comedic, but very subtly comedic. It's like over the top for the sake of being over the top, and not
Yeah,
trying
she's
to.
Just trying to push the envelope.
Yeah, push the envelope, get your attention. I
Yeah.
back that. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I said before that the vocal melody and Levitating sounds like a Nelly song. I think some of her vocals sound really Katy Perry-like. Like, I didn't even pick that she was British until I heard Levitating. And Future Nostalgia, the first song, you can kind of tell. But in the song Cool, her vocals are so, like, strong and firm. And I was like, that's Katy Perry as.
Does sound like Katy Perry.
Dope.
She stays in like the lower register a lot as well, which I like.
Yeah.
She has like
Yeah,
a
it was
really
really
strong
nice.
like low voice.
And then when the
female.
vocal harmonies kick in, it makes such a big
Yeah.
difference because they're not overdone on the
No.
album.
Yeah,
They're
I'm a
only,
big fan of the vocals all the way through, for sure.
Yeah. I wrote down that she said because I haven't listened to her first album, but I think it's a lot more chill and not upbeat. And she said she really loves this album because now when she gets to play live, she'll actually like get to dance and enjoy it, and
Yeah, not
we'll be able to tour this album for a lot longer because they're energetic songs.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure
she's,
that'd
like,
be way
super
funner
obvious.
just to do as well. Yeah, for her.
There's with Charli XCX's album, I would have notice at the end of a lot of songs, it just like it sounds like it's gonna run into the next song, and it just doesn't. Did that bug you a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. That definitely
It
wasn't
would
as
have been
much
cool
flow.
if she. Yeah.
But also,
Especially at the end of Claws, it builds up so much and then just stops.
yeah, I kind of almost see it as a mixtape. I like almost don't even see it as
Definitely
an album.
could shuffle this album.
I
Yeah.
feel like if she
could
put this out
absolutely
and said it
shuffle
was a
it.
mixtape, almost like Flume's mixtape, like it would have
I
almost
think
been the same.
she's pretty inspired by that, eh?
Yeah, it's just
I
like
wrote that down.
she's putting out the her art album, and then she has her big commercial one that came out last year, and that's her too, like basically showing off that she can do weird stuff as well if she wants.
Yeah.
Which I back.
You
sure.
use Spotify, don't you, Sani?
Yep.
Was yours like kind of glitching this week?
Don't think
Mine, for some reason, I had the first time I listened to the Charli XCX album, I had Pink Diamond came on, finished through. I was like, end of the big drop. I was like, oh shit, that was pretty crazy.
Ooh.
And then
Anyone see that
loudest
big
motorbike.
car? Yeah.
loud motor.
I hope that bleeds
Anyway,
through.
yeah,
Go
the
on, Brad,
next track.
Yeah.
Next track was this Undercover of Darkness by The Strokes for some reason. It just goes, I was just like,
Nice.
what? And then it happened again. It played
She wrote that song?
Flume. And I thought that she sampled that track because it is like in the same realm.
Yeah.
And then I was pretty disappointed when I found out it was just the OG. So my Spotify was cooking it this week. I couldn't help but laugh when the Strokes came on.
I hate nothing more than when you're trying to listen to an album but you still have the shuffle button on, or like you got songs, you got it on shuffle and you got songs queued, so like a random song that you had queued from 3 weeks ago comes on.
Yeah.
A minor rort.
Just a minor.
Hey, really
a
quickly
first world
before we get into these segments, because I said how many producers and songwriters there are, I still think the Dua Lipa album flowed really well, and like they all sounded cohesive together. Like in the genre.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Which is like pretty impressive and cool, seeing as though there was so many different people working on all those different songs. And they probably would have recorded a bunch more as well than just the 11.
Yeah, I think it definitely flowed more. I like the Dua Lipa album, but I don't know. I like the idea and I love the music behind it. But I did find it a little bit bland. Like
Which one?
Future Nostalgia. I think
right.
I don't know if that's in comparison, just because it's in comparison to Charli XCX. Charlie's album.
Yeah.
Just
Got
because it's like so crazy and like, look at me, I'm doing all of these things. Whereas Dua Lipa's after a while, like after the first couple of listens, I was kind of like, I can miss a lot of these tracks. I really like Levitating and Hallucinate, and yeah, Future Nostalgia is also a great track.
I thought it was so. It put me in such a. It's such a jam.
Did
I loved
put me
it.
in a good mood, but I think Charlie's album definitely caught my attention more.
Yeah, it did as well. The first like 4 songs, so Pink Diamond, which I don't like, but it catches your attention. And it has like the 3 singles. It goes Forever, Claws, and 7 Years. But then the middle chunk of the album I thought was like kind of boring to me and drops off quality.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think they both do the same thing, really.
I think they both do, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you listen to those 3, did you know they were the singles, or did you like?
No, I didn't look into it.
them to
No,
live
I
up
didn't.
to the
Not
singles?
Not at first.
Okay,
Not at first.
good.
But like
Yeah.
when I listened to the whole album, I was like, man, those were the best songs, and then they were the singles.
Okay.
So they just had like single qualities about them. Whereas Dua Lipa, I knew the singles because I've heard "Don't Start Now" 1,000 billion times everywhere.
I did know that.
I hated that song when it first came out, and then I finally like got around to it. And
I
then
love it.
this week. Oh,
It is good.
It's a pop.
It's so good.
Have you seen her? I think it's an MTV performance.
No.
Oh, it's like crazy. She's very.
I watched her
talented.
play it on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel.
The same
pretty
thing, but
cool.
like with like an extra 100 performers.
Isn't
True.
Dua Lipa is your celebrity crush, isn't it, Brad?
I think I figured it out because I'm a big fan. She kind of looks like Elizabeth Hurley,
Yeah, from
AKA
Austin Powers.
Vanessa Kensington, AKA
Mrs.
Kensington. Yeah. So I think that's she's not my crush anymore. I think
She does not look like
Hurley.
Mrs. Kensington.
No.
Does she not? I think she does.
Nah.
Maybe because
Well, not
she's
now
English.
anyway. That
Oh, no.
actor's like...
Yeah.
No, she doesn't look like...
Oh,
she doesn't
definitely.
look you know that actor was engaged to Shane Warne?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Mrs. Kensington.
King of Spin. Yeah.
The King of Spin.
I don't
and
know.
Mrs.
Well, she
Kensington.
reminds me of her for some reason. I don't know.
A fembot.
Yeah. Oh.
They blow off the whole first movie just to have her as a fembot in the start of the second one. Or is that the end of the first? No, it's the start of the second, isn't it?
Start of the second. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, greatest trilogy of all time.
Yeah, simple as that. Should we get into the segments?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. Let's get into
Get Inked.
Alrighty. Get Inked is a segment where we take lyrics or things about the albums or artists and make poor tattoo ideas. Who wants to go first?
I'll go
Not
first.
me.
Mine are pretty average.
Mine are average as well. I found this hard for Dua Lipa because the lyrics were just like nothing. Like none of it was anything to me really.
Same.
I thought because I always kind of look for your one line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That you can then
Like
make an image.
your metaphor,
But it
your
just
simile.
wasn't anything.
Yeah.
So I decided that it'd just be like Dua Lipa like she is on the front cover, but she's driving the Mandalorian. Sorry, not the Mandalorian. The DeLorean from Back to the Future for the 80s vibes. And
That's cool.
And driving down Rainbow Road.
What, from
And
Mario Kart?
Yeah. That might be on my chest. So
That's
that's a big tat.
That's awesome.
And then for Charlie, from Pink Diamond, where it says, I got a tiny bag and a big heart. It's just a little saddy bag with pink diamonds in it.
Cool.
So that's mine.
Crickets. Again.
Yeah.
Cue the crickets.
Oh, I can't talk. Mine are pretty bad as well. Mine were
Yeah.
from, for Charlie, it was from Claws. The chorus. I like everything about you. So it's just an outline of a man's body, but the outline is made with small red hearts. Just heaps of red hearts as his body.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah, it actually kind of nice. And then Dua Lipa, this one's not. This one's, I'm sorry, from Levitating. My love is like a rocket, watch it blast off. I'm feeling so electric, dance my ass off. It's Dua Lipa dancing on top of a rocket ship, and it's got, instead of flames coming out of it, it's got lightning bolts. All right, Brad, your turn. Yeah, that one, I found it hard as well. I couldn't think of anything good.
I don't have one for Dua Lipa. Okay, my Charli XCX one is my click running through my mind like a rainbow. It was just going to be like
What's that song from?
off C point.
Oh, C
2.0.
2.0. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just going to be like a cartoon face, like in the style of like Adventure Time or the regular show, and it's just like rainbows coming out the ears and like rainbows across the man's face as well.
Brad, you're
like
consistently the best at this tattoo.
Yeah, you are very good at this.
Cheers, boys. Cheers. Means a lot. And
you
that
have
would be
one
like
for
on the
Dua
thigh,
Lipa?
on the upper thigh, maybe.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And for this one, I did a full 180 crazy. And like, I don't have
skater?
one. Maybe. Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Dua Lipa skating.
Yeah. That's it. I just didn't have one. I just wrote
Take
that
back
down.
what we said just
I'm
before.
sorry.
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
Oh, man.
Set you up there, Brad. Sorry.
Yeah,
Back down
cheers,
to our
boys.
level with the crickets.
Yeah.
All right, time to
next.
talk about the
Fattest riff.
where we pick our favorite part of the albums, pretty much. Okay, I'm doing the chorus of "Don't Start Now" for Dua Lipa. It is just such a jam. Don't show up. Don't go.
The empowering.
Just and the cowbell in it.
Yeah, she's
Sick.
played that live a couple times in a couple.
Yeah,
of
it's
performances
cool.
as well.
And I think the way it goes into the second verse, it just goes straight away. It's like
yeah,
it's so
Sick.
clean. It's awesome. And then for Claws, I had the verses on Claws. The
You mean
verses, yeah.
For Charlie.
Mhm.
You said.
Oh yeah,
Claus.
for whoops. For Charlie, I had the verses of Claws.
Yeah.
Just the crunchy ass production, and the vocals are pretty slick in that part as well.
Nice.
Big oxymoron at show. On show.
yeah. I'll go. I had the anthems chorus for Charlie,
Yeah.
as you said before. Yeah, the big gating synth,
So
and
sick.
the drums are wild, very Flume inspired. And for fattest riff for Dua Lipa, I had the outro of "Pretty Please." I don't know if you guys remember that one. It was just like a really nice, because that track's pretty stripped back.
Yep.
And by the end of it, it kind of starts to come together. And I wish she did that for the whole track. But yeah, it's just like a really nice house groove.
Nice.
that could like definitely get looped and do a remix of.
Nice.
I'll
Cool.
have to give that a go.
Mine for Dua Lipa was just the chorus and Cool. How it's just like there's a big bass slide in and
The big reverse clap as well.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
a good reverse
I really
clap.
like that. It just like it's kind of off kilter in comparison to the verse, so it just stands out really nicely. So I really like that. And for Charli, I don't know if this is my favorite part, but I think it just needs to be mentioned because we haven't talked about it yet. But the end of Forever, how it just goes into like a huge, massive dance track for like 2 minutes. Just that is like I was very unexpected and super weird. I don't know if that's my favorite part, but just really just strange. But
good,
besides that, I had the same anthem chorus as you, Brad.
Mad.
But yeah,
That song stunk to me.
Vision.
Stunk on my
Yeah, it
bedroom when I
wasn't.
put it on.
It's definitely not the best, but it was interesting for
It
sure.
rocks.
I reckon.
For sure. Cool. There's a lot of cool parts on these albums. Like I could have chosen a few, I reckon. Okay, so let's add some songs to our playlist. That's right.
The ad.
You can find this playlist on Spotify. Search the Record Royale ads. We're putting in our favorite songs from each album. Adam, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. For Dua Lipa, I had Hallucinate, just because it's a big,
Sick.
nice like big house disco track. Made me want to go to the club, and yeah,
At the club, like.
yeah. And then
What was that Travis Scott lyric about my liver at the club? Remember that one?
I can't remember.
I don't
Alright,
remember.
Next.
And for Charli, I'm going to say Pink Diamond. And I know neither of you are going to say it because you hated it, but
The playlist is ruined.
I don't care. I really like it. And I think it's the standout track. So there you go.
It was
Eat my
ruined when
shorts.
you chucked NASA in by Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
So we can only
Well.
go down. Nah, it's a good track. I just don't like the end.
Fair
So,
enough.
Pink Diamond or NASA?
Pink Diamond. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Pink Diamond.
Yeah.
NASA
for sure.
sucks.
Yeah.
Brad, what are yours?
Yeah. I had C 2.0 from Charlie's album.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just because that's the most 100 gex track and they rock. So definitely putting that one in. And I Don't Start Now. Have we done Don't Start Now yet?
No.
I feel like that's
For
got to be in there.
ad?
Hey?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, you can put that in, then I'll put in a different one.
Yeah.
No, you go. Don't Start
Okay,
Now. It's got to be in there. It's got to be in there.
Yeah. It does.
It's just so good.
It's the crowning jewel of the album, for sure.
For sure. I'm putting 7 Years in there for Charli XCX. I think when that chorus hits, goes off. I think it feels to me like the most pop song on the album. Like there's a lot of vocal callbacks and the chorus is fat and it's pretty cool. And then Dua Lipa, if I can't put Don't Stop Now, I'm going to put Levitating in because I just had it in my head all week. The lyrics are like trash, but the song is just fun and it's upbeat. And to me, it perfectly encapsulates what the album's about, I think. So that's it's cool. Alrighty. Bradley, you're up for
2 truths and a lie.
Oh, shit. All right.
Alright, what do you got for us?
Okay, here we go. I got 3 different ones.
3 statements.
One's a lie.
2 of
Let's
them
go.
are true. 1 is a lie.
Okay, number 1. Charlie's dad used to come to her warehouse. Come to her warehouse. That's wrong. Alright, we're gonna edit that out. That was so fucking shit. I gotta change this real quick. That is, I've written.
Don't you
Charlie's
dare
dad
edit
used
that
to come
out.
to her warehouse.
Alright, start again.
Charlie's dad used to come with her to warehouse raves when she was younger.
Oh.
Number 2, when Dua was 11, her choir teacher told her that she couldn't sing. And number 3, in 2018, Tamagotchi released a Dua Lipa colorway in the UK.
How old was Charlie when
me
her
hear it.
dad, when they went to raves together?
I think it was 16 in like the London rave scene, like illegal gigs.
How
Have you ever
old
seen
was
that
her
Vice
dad? Like how
documentary?
many years apart are they?
Oh,
Don't know.
average dad years, you know? Typical
What,
dad years.
21?
I don't know. Yeah, 21.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi releasing something in 2018.
Yeah, it was a 20-year anniversary.
Wow.
And they kind of had like a comeback apparently in the UK as well.
What?
What did they do? A Dua Lipa cutaway.
Colorway.
What does that
Colourway,
mean?
What's that? Is that like a
Like
color? Or?
Their own color. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I think it was
What
like
would
blue
her
and
colours be?
oh, just like no, with
Like
like
on
her
her
own
first
little like
album or
saying
something.
Dua Lipa on it. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's just like a little. It's like blue and purple with her name on it.
You've seen it, have you?
Because she's. I saw it online. Yeah. She said she's like that was one of her favorite things that brought in nostalgia. It was inspiration for the album.
That seems really thought out. So I'm gonna say that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's true. The first statement.
What was the middle one? The vocal choir. That just seems like a story anyone could make
Yeah,
up. Though.
that
So
sounds
maybe
like
that's the lie.
She said that her voice was too low at the time.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I'm going with that. That's a lie. That's the lie, isn't it?
You're lying.
Is that what you're just saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's number 2 is the lie.
Rightio. So, the Tamagotchi was a lie.
What?
Oh,
I made it all up.
How
I
the
made
hell
it
did
all
you
up.
come up with that?
I was watching a video. It was stuff that she was inspired for from the album that makes her feel nostalgic, and she just said Tamagotchis. So I was like, oh fuck it, she's gonna have her own colorway. But they did it, like Tamagotchi actually did have a 20th year anniversary like release that she did not have a colorway. I made that all up, and it's 2018. This album came out in 2020. It's like you should have just picked that
yeah,
apart.
but she had an album out before it.
Yeah, but it had nothing to do with nostalgia or anything. You know what I mean?
Ah, you duped
Come
true.
on,
us.
boys. Yeah, that's
The
alright.
dupe king.
Hey,
He's had a
I
good
think
crack.
that could be the first week where we've both been wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2 of us
I
been
win.
wrong. Well
There you
done.
go. Nice one,
Cheers,
Brad.
That was epic. Epic win. I want to go to
Yeah,
raves with
yeah.
my
With
my
your pop.
Yeah,
dad.
apparently his dad just like chilled up the back.
That's
and, like,
sick.
let
oh
it-
wait,
let it
so he
run
went
wild.
to like supervise.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, true.
yeah.
The chaperone.
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty cool, eh?
That's pretty nice. Yeah, sick. All right, let's get into the end of this. Let's finish this off.
Mhm.
What are we ranking? Hey, do we have any values? Like
I was singing like chongs for how I'm feeling now.
Yep.
Like hardstyle
Chongs.
kicks.
CHONGS. Chong.
Yeah.
Chong.
Thwong. Yeah. I don't have one for future nostalgia.
Slappy bases.
Tamagotchis.
Oh, surely we can do better than that.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
They both
I
suck.
can't really think of anything actually either. Should we just do it?
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, sick. Let's do Charlie first. So how many chongs, Brad?
Where have I read it? Oh yeah. I'm gonna say 7. 7 chongs.
7
Because-
chongs out of 10. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think she kind of like she's really humanized herself with this album compared to all the other stuff, which is probably just an outcome of the circumstance she made it in, which I really like. And the beats are obviously insane and wild, but I think it's just what I was saying before with the 100 gex thing. It's a little bit uninspired and by them and kind of just
True.
working on what they had. So I'll say
sure,
that
for
7.
sure.
I'll give it a 7.
Cool. I'm gonna give it 8 chongs out of 10. I really liked it. It did drop off to me, but I think the production and the fact that it's been crafted in like 6 weeks makes it really cool and like timely. And the standout songs are so good, and it's so unique as well. Like I don't think I've heard anything like that, and I probably won't for a while. So yeah, I'm giving it 8 chongs out of a possible 10 chongs.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm going to give it 8 chongs. I really liked it the whole time. I obviously haven't listened to Gex, so I don't know, but I thought
You guys
they
should. Please.
yeah, I just thought it was a big risk, really. And yeah, I really liked the concept. And also the lyrics I think, suited it. And yeah, definitely an 8 for me.
Sick. All right,
Woohoo.
Bradley. Dua Lipa, Future Nostalgia. How many
Right.
Tamagotchis do you want for Christmas?
Shit. I got either 5 or 6.
What? No.
Yeah. I'm gonna say
5.
I'll give it a 6. I'll give it a 6
Are you kidding?
because
No.
there's just there's just 2 halves to this album. One's like cool, upbeat, dancey stuff, and the other one's like bit not as fun, just not what I like at all. For me at least. So I'll give it a 6. Hate to do you like that, Will. Sorry.
Oh, I don't care. It's not my album. I'm giving it 9 Tamagotchis. I loved
That's
this
wild.
album. I loved it.
So you like this more than Rage Against the Machine? Is that what you're saying?
Hey, we're not doing that. We're not up to the bracket episode yet.
All right.
Wait till episode 17, okay?
Yeah.
But just like how. Okay, no, I will compare it to Rage Against the Machine. When I was listening to that album throughout the week, I didn't want to put the album on. This album, every time I put it on, I was it was vibing. It was so good. I loved it. The singles are so good, and then songs like Levitating, Cool. I liked Pretty Please. The lyrics were trash, but I liked the beats. So yeah, I'm giving it 9 Tamagotchis.
Damn.
Here we go. Adam's about to break my heart.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Will. I'm gonna give it a 5. I thought
You can't do that.
I
Like,
can.
pass.
I can.
that's the lowest rating yet of any album.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're saying then.
You're kidding.
I thought it was pretty bland. I thought it was good. I like the music in it, but I think there's way better versions of what she's trying to do.
Okay.
I think it's
see your
like
point.
not even close to being like the top of that sort of music. And the lyrics, as I said before, are dog shit. And they're just boring. I find it like they're catchy and stuff, but as far as like run of the mill pop, it's just run of the mill pop, really, with bass and drums from the 80s, which that's not revolutionary. They had a whole decade of it, so it is what it is.
Damn. I'm spitting rear right now.
There you go.
True.
Sheesh.
There you go. Well,
There you go.
that pumped me a little bit. You are right though. The lyrics are trash.
Yeah.
And it's not original, but I still loved it. Hence my 9 Tamagotchis. Anyway, we all know who won this week. Charli XCX is How I'm Feeling Now. Gets the dub. 23 out of 30. Dua Lipa, 20 out of 30. So not shocking. My 9 definitely helped its cause. That's for sure. But hey, still regardless though, I'm gonna listen to a lot of these songs.
Both positive reviews. So.
Yeah.
Except
like
for mine.
I think that the singles for both albums were absolutely standouts, and I'll be listening to like all 6 or 7 or how many there were from combined. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I had fun.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Oh yeah, had fun.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's what it's all about. Next week we're gonna have some fun. Hey Brad, do you want to tell the good people what we're covering next week?
We're doing my 2 favourite house albums of all time. That being Discovery by Daft Punk and Settle by Disclosure. And
Ooh.
I honestly don't know, because like obviously Disclosure's a classic. I mean, Discovery's a classic, but like I'm keen to see what you guys think of Settle, because it is also a
I haven't
classic.
listened to Settle. I've obviously listened to Discovery by Daft Punk, but not in full sat down headies on. So should be pretty cool. I'm pretty keen.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Should be good.
I'm very keen. It should be very good. It's
I'm just keen to listen to some house music for a week.
yeah, it's another change in genre, so that's gonna be cool.
I've been waiting for this. I've been listening to Discovery like for months now. Just like
Well-
it's always on my rotation. So I've been
We've been trying to find an album to put it against, but we just think it would win every time. But Brad's said Settle by Disclosure could give it a run for its money.
I'm so keen to hear what you think of it, because I love it. And
I'm
I
keen
love
as
both.
well.
And it's going to be
When did Settle come out?
punching heads.
What number album
2014,
of
I
that-
think.
What number
It's their
album of
debut.
theirs is it? Debut. Okay, cool.
It's their debut. Yeah.
All right, hectic. Well, Disclosure and Daft Punk on the pod next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to another ep. Follow us on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Record Royale. Get involved with the polls we're going to put up next week. We'll see you there. We'll catch you later. See you, Brad. See you, Adam. Good stuff today. Bye, bye, bye.
See you later.
See you later.